Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Starsector, and this is a Let's Play playthrough of that. I think we're in episode 2 here, and we are kind of taking a slow start approach in a sense. We skipped the tutorial. We have a relatively small fleet. We're trying to do trading to build up our war chest before we start to really get into the heavy part of the game. I think this will be kind of a slow roll for a while. It's going to be kind of a lot of me just floating between places and trying not to get killed, hanging out near friends like the Persian fleet there to protect us from pirates. Coming up on something here. Oh, you know what? That was them, wasn't it? I'm sorry. For whatever reason in my mind, this screen down here, this was stuff coming into the window and we were like back here. I don't know why I was thinking that for a moment. Nonetheless, okay, a couple of fleets here we're going to want to kind of be paying attention to. So patrolling, that's probably just independence, and we should be cool with independence. And a mercantile convoy, we're in good shape here. They're going to leave us alone. And there we go. We are now docked at Almar, and I think we had our transponder on. So your fleet transmits identification codes. Yes, it did. So they know who we are, so we probably need to be a little mindful of what we're doing, but overall we're in pretty good shape. What we were hoping was that the supplies would not be too expensive here, and they're not. They're much cheaper. Look at that. So we're going to go to the black market and buy a few of these. Not too much. I'm going to buy maybe 30, and we're going to confirm that. You'll notice it drove us to minimal on the suspicion level. But you know what we know is that locally, look at that. Alta will pay 58 cents over cost for us. I think we want to buy some of those and see if we can. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea for us. We're gonna kind of maximize this. 45,000, just under our limit of money. So that is actually kind of perfect. We're going to confirm that, and we should be able to sell those at Alta for good money. Actually, we haven't even checked out this station. We should do that too. So let's get going to here. And we haven't even started to look at the dockside bars yet. I think I tend to want to get a little bit of cash and maybe, oh, here is combat happening. We are going to do a hard stop here, and we're going to come check this out. This is a friendly fleet taking on some pirates. And if we can get there before the battle's over, we might be able to jump in on the friendly side and get a little bit of credit for fighting pirates. It looks like we didn't quite get there, but that pirate, we can take that guy. So we're going to try to take that guy. There we go. We're going to move in to engage. This should be a battle we win. We're not going to transfer command. We're going to just send in these 3 ships. I don't even think we need to send that guy in. We're going to deploy and set autopilot and go get them. Now they're probably going to try to run. Maybe not. They probably think they're big and bad. So we're just going to take them out. Come in here. They're going to go down pretty quick, I think. We haven't even really started to try to optimize our ships. And but this was a battle I knew we would win. This was an easy one. They were depleted. Just finished a battle. So I was hoping to get to that battle and we could defeat some pirates and get some credit for it, but they won their battle before it was over, and we were able to clean up, make a little bit of cash for that. Also should get some reputation with someone. Let's go in here. So potentially we could recover a ship. Ships are always good to have. So let's consider ship recovery. It is the combat freighter. Well, we don't mind freighters right now. Let's see. It would have 150 cargo space. We'll take that. Let's click that guy. We do need to be mindful of the supplies we have and the personnel we have right now, but those are not going to be a problem. We'll say recover, and then we'll pick through the rest of it. Not a lot, but something. We do have a lot of space now, so take all of it. And continue. Now, a lot of times when you finish a battle like this, you will have, first of all, you'll have derelict ships floating around. Both of them are combat freighters. Those maybe are worth tracking down, but also we have the debris field. And we're going to go ahead and go into that debris field. Scavenging effectiveness, this is going to be a really small one is what this comes down to. We'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, not a lot there. But we'll take advantage of that, and then we're going to go after these ships. First one we're going to explore. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I guess there was nothing there to do. It was too far gone to, well, okay, except it is still there. Consider ship recovery. Yes, it's a standard recovery. It takes us close to our limit on crew, but we can sell the ship right away. You know, that's not a big problem. We'll go ahead and do that, and we'll leave. Let's come back down here and see about this one again. I feel like I misclicked. We're going to explore. There we go. Okay, so when you get this message, consider whether special measures might be taken to recover a ship. It means that it's not a standard recovery. You have to spend a story point for it. I have no interest in doing that right now. We're not even going to look and see what kind of ship it is. We're just going to salvage. And there we go. We get a little bit of credit there. Well, credit. We get a little bit of supply there. And now we're going to get out of here. Now, this is probably, yeah, it's a fast picket. They're probably coming to intercept those pirates. We've already taken care of them. I was hoping we see a gain of experience. We're not seeing any kind of gain of reputation, though. That's too bad. I was hoping we'd have that as well. Let's go ahead and fire up the sustained burn to get moving. And we are not going directly to our target because there's a sun in the way. We want to get around that at least a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit autopilot. And hopefully it'll steer us in far enough from the sun that we don't have any problems there. Whoops. I accidentally clicked. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're going to be sliding right in there. Boom. And so first, let's see about repairing our ships. It costs 22 supplies, but that means all our ships are now up to speed, including the one we probably should have sold that one first if we wanted to. Nonetheless, we'll come back to that. Here is why we're here. We have lots of supplies that they really are in desperate need of. And if we come to the black market and sell, I don't know, 200 of these, we will make a little bit of jingly. Again, there we go. Then we're going to go to the open market and we're going to sell those. Not for a whole lot. Oh, we have an extreme suspicion now. That's no good. Let's come back out here. We have two ships that we've picked up. The combat freighter and then the smuggler combat freighter. Okay. So first of all, we could sell this one. Just immediately sell it for 3,600. We could sell this one only for 900. Part of that has to do with the number of D-mods. We have a lot of cargo space if we keep these ships, though, and I'm leaning towards maybe doing that. Let's see what we want to do on refit. So if we go to refit this, it's a combat freighter. We can call this at least for now, the TMS Black Bear. I realize bears are actually predators, but, you know, they also look soft and cuddly. I saw a video the other day of a guy who was sleeping on his porch and a bear came up and was licking his face and scared both of them badly when he woke up. I don't think I want to be him. But let's go with the EMP hardened one. No, let's go with standard. Yeah, we're going to go with standard and we're going to confirm that. For now, I'm just going with the auto setups. We will start to dial these in a little better once we have some resources to work with. We just don't really have that just yet. And then let's come into this one. This is the Mule class. And we'll call this the, I don't know, TMS Lemur. We will auto fit it as a standard. Confirm that. And we now have two more ships here in our fleet. Notice that putting weapons on them, their prices went up a little bit already. We're going to move this one to here. And this was a combat freighter too, right? Yeah, so he's a little bit stronger. He's got a little bit more mount. We're going to put him in this position. There we go. I like to have my strongest ships first and then basically kind of go from there. It's not always exactly how it works out, but in general, that's the way I line them up. Let's go back to cargo. What do we have? So again, supplies are out of control here, as is fuel. Higher price on those as well. Wow, we could sell a couple of these and make a couple of $1,000. No, I think we're good for now. Once again, we might want to look at that. Are they still selling locally for, yeah, it's still selling for 11 locally. So that would be a possible route to go. 30% of the 5 is going to make those about 7 cents. Yeah, it'd be kind of close. Be kind of close without using black market. We could try it, but I think we're going to pass for now. What else do we have? Those are all higher priced. Can we get any of these locally? For a low price, we cannot. We could go to, well, Ludic Path doesn't like us, so that wouldn't be a great route to go of noticing that one selling for 25. Yeah, let's see what about these? 249. That's how much they're selling for. We could buy them cheaper than that, but okay. Again, probably not going to work for us. We could do the trip to the Pirates Den there, buy a few of them, but I think we'll hold off for now. Not loving any of those. You know what? Let's go take a visit to the dock bar. Approach the spacer and offer to buy her something more palatable. Okay. Well, if you read through here, there's a reason it says that. A grizzled spacer sits at the bar downing shots of what looks like the cheapest liquor available. And then the other one is chat with the tough-looking woman wearing the powered armor undersuit. So by reading these, you tend to know what the mission is they're going to offer. I don't remember what this one is exactly, except it's probably not one I'm going to take because we don't have the proper setup for it just yet. And that is true of the second one too. This one is probably going to be, I know of a ship sitting in a hangar. You just need soldiers and we'll go take it. Maybe not though. This one looks a little different than that. I'll level with you, Captain. You can handle your flux. I respect that. Yes, I want to know more. So for 10 Marines and 2,400 credits, we could get a frigate. That's actually a pretty good deal. Marines will stick with us. We only need 10 of them. We're going to go and I think we're going to go do that. They don't have Marines for sale. So we're not going to do that. Won't even let you accept the mission if you don't have the Marines. So we don't have them. We're not going to be able to do that one. That's too bad. You know what we could do? Hope that it's still there. We could go visit this station, which we haven't yet. Pick up because it's a military base. They should have 10 Marines. Maybe that story will still be there when we come back. Let's go ahead and try it. 10 Marines is pricey, but doesn't hurt to have the Marines. Oh, fuel's cheap here. Supply is fairly cheap here. All right. That might be worth looking into. So supply was still ridiculous on the other one, right? They're still buying at 150 cents per unit for up to 750 units. We're going to go ahead and max that out. That's more than we can afford. So we'll dial that down until it's in our price range. Here we go. That's all we can afford. We'll take that. We're going to head right back over there. We will probably turn off our transponder. Whoops, wrong button there. Just as we're about to hit it, we'll turn off the transponder. We came in with no transponder, so we can sell those on the black market at a good price. How many do we want to leave ourselves? 200? There we go. Not bad. We're going to continue to make trades like this for a while, folks, and that's how we will build up our reserve of money. We will try to take some missions where we can. Let's go take a look at that and see if the powered suit, she's still there. Do tell. 10 Marines, 2,400 credits. We're going to do it. Information on the vessel. It's got a couple of D-mods. You can see there, the lasting damage. But we could deal with that. We're going to agree to it. We just, as soon as we hit continue here, we added a ship. She was a pirate, so we actually improved our standing with the pirates, of all things. We lost $2,400. We gained a frigate. That is great. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this mission is. Like I said, I can't quite remember. So in this case, okay, I do remember some of this. This is somebody who basically has some information and they're giving it to us. We know where a pirate base is. Now, when you destroy a pirate base, usually there's a faction who will love you for it. They don't give you a whole lot of respect or influence with their group, but it will give you a little bit of money, and that's always good. So we're going to go ahead and leave the bar, go back to the trade goods. Same old there. Plenty of ore could be moved still. Those prices haven't moved too much. I'm curious, where is the best place to buy supply right now? Aztlan. It's really not a bad idea to go down there. That's really, really cheap. 63 cents, no matter where you sell that, it's going to be a profit. The thing is it's 11 light years. How much fuel do we have? We're spending 13 per light year. Oh, I'm sorry, 23 fuel per day is what we're spending. So we have 10 days of fuel. I don't know. So that could be a little far. We could make it in 6 or 7 days. It would be close. It wouldn't kill us. And there's actually a quick way to tell, and that is if you go out to the map and you look, it gives you a ring you can turn on somewhere. I don't see it right now. Where is it? Come on, map. There it is, fuel range. That's what I wanted to hit. Anywhere in this first ring, we can get there and back with the fuel we have. Now, going through storms can cost you more fuel than you think it's going to. But in general, we should be able to get to this point here in space and back without a problem. The outer ring is how far you can go without returning. So it's basically double this. And yeah, that's what you want to know about this. So we can actually travel to all of the known places and get back if we choose. It was telling us to go here to get supplies. And I think it was this one that I'm not even going to pretend to say what Chico Maztak. I guess I did a pretty good job there. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Why not? We'll visit the hegemony again, see what else we can do. Let's also trade goods or hire crew. Let's see about the fleet. Did any of these ships? We picked up this ship. Yes, we want to deal with that. Well, we certainly want to outfit it. Let's make it, let's make it a strike ship. 2,600 more credits. Yeah, we can afford that. We'll do it. And this is a frigate. Frigates are foreign cities. This is going to be the TMS Hinki. There we go. And then I'm going to move it in my fleet setup. Probably going to put it right here. I feel like it's probably a little more pop. Well, this is a combat freighter. It's a frigate. We're going to want it with the frigates. There we go. All right. We already visited the dockside bar and kind of did everything we could there. We could go visit this one and see if there's something else that comes up, but let's go ahead and just start to make the trip. Oh, and we want to turn the transponder on, and since I forgot, they're going to stop us and yell at us. How dare you turn off your transponder? So we'll allow them to scan us. We don't have anything illegal. And they just yell at us a little bit. You'll notice that having had the transponder on, we lost reputation with them, or relationship. Nonetheless, we will move on. Unidentified contact. Sometimes it isn't the worst thing to kind of chase those down and see what you can learn. If it's pirates, this is a level 2 pirate. We could take this one. It is pirates. We want to try to take that. So we're going to hit 2 to stop our burn, because if we don't, we have to decelerate. But if you just turn it off, you'll kind of just stop right there. We can start to chase after the pirate, and we can let him burn for a bit. We'll turn ours back on. Now, he won't be able to emergency burn again for a while. So we should be able to chase him down. We got him. We can definitely win this battle. So we're going to move in to engage. We are not going to transfer command. We are going to take our big ships. I think we'll go ahead and try this one out, the Lemur. We have a couple in reserve if we need them. We never bring a freighter in. Let's do it. Okay, autopilot on, unpause, and get going. What I will probably try to do here, let's identify, so this is the leader. I think we're going to take these 3 ships and go right at him. This one, maybe we try to play off the file. Let's go after this one. This one will support everybody in the meantime. But let's go see what happens here. Going right for the big guy. I think we'll see some good results here. One down already. Look at that. And he's hit his flux limit. We should start seeing his armor coming down. He's losing hull already. That's good. All good stuff for us. Another one of theirs is down. Now, we get experience for this combat, but we don't have any officers. That ship is finished. Have a little bit to go here, just this guy. We don't have any officers right now, but your officers that are involved in the battle will get skill as well for these battles. The other thing we're going after is the potential of picking up some ships pretty cheap. And then, of course, the ability to pick up supply and other things that we can then sell and then salvage as well. So consider ship recovery. Sure, why not? Let's see what's out there. All of this is standard recovery stuff. They have a couple of Hellborn frigates. Those aren't that bad. They have a lot of D-mods. We would take this one with only 4 D-mods first, I think. But we don't have space from a crew perspective. He's going to require more than we have. Oh, actually, he only requires 5. We will take that one. We're going to do that. We're going to pick that one up, cover it, and then we're going to pick through the wreckage. But you'll notice the other thing we get, so we got 11,000 experience points. We got picked up. Oh, we used it for ship recovery. I guess those were not standard. My bad, I guess. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that was my bad. I wasn't paying attention there. So we paid a story point to pick up that ship. Okay, wouldn't have done that if I'd known that, but that's all right. Pick through the wreckage. We were able to recover 1,700 credits, so there you go. Sometimes this can be a sizable number. 34 supply, some fuel. This is all good stuff for us. We'll pick it up, and there we have it. Now it says we have 2 story points to spend. I don't know if that's because we gained one or it's because we spent one. I'm not quite sure why that's showing up there. I haven't been really paying attention to what we had available, and that's okay. So why are they pursuing us? They're the good guys. I have no idea why they'd be coming after us. I thought our transponder, did we accidentally turn it off at some point? I don't remember having the transponder off. Nonetheless, we just defeated your pirates for you there, pal. Maybe cut us a break? All right. I do see we have a derelict ship here. We're going to go ahead and explore. We're not going to recover. We're going to do salvage. Not going to be a whole lot of stuff, but every once in a while there'll be enough here to make a difference. And then we're just going to head to our destination. And I hit the wrong key there. I wanted to hold down shift. That'll get us kicking. There we go. Now, a lot of times it isn't a bad idea in hyperspace to turn off your transponder so that folks really don't know who they're dealing with, and so they may not mess with you. I think it's kind of 50-50 early in the game. You're small enough, they know the threat level of your ship. Not knowing who you are, they might mess with you, they might not. Mostly we're talking about pirates and neutrals. You'll kind of know it when it's coming, and that's a good thing. Let's see if we get through them. We did hit the storm there. So when you hit storm damage, you have to use supplies to repair, and that's why your supply number here will go up and down during a trip. You try to avoid those where you can, although they do speed you up, but I don't think it saves you any fuel. I'm not quite sure of that. I haven't really worked out the exact math on it, but you'll notice that the fuel burn bumps up, so does the supply burn when you hit those. We do want to turn the transponder on because we are intending to go to a hegemony planet or base. I think it's a planet. And there we are. Now, Ludic Church is neutral to us. Ludic Path is not. They are not the same thing. The Path, they're also called Pathers. They are extremists. They don't like anybody, from what I can tell. There we go. We are at the Aztlan spaceport, and we were kind of coming here. It's a good thing to do some repair. We were kind of coming here to maybe buy some supplies cheap. They are very cheap. This is good for us. Wouldn't hurt to pick up a few off the black market, though we need to be kind of careful there. We know that, though. Oh, they have mod specs, too, that we could be looking at. That's awesome. I don't think we need any of that just yet. And do they have... Okay. That's worth noting because while they're expensive, 333 per unit, heavy armaments can sell extremely well. Like, that's a 337 credit bump in the right direction, markup. If we take those to, well, that's Ludic Path, though. They don't like us. So it wouldn't be quite that noticeable, but it'd still be 200 per unit if we go to the Independence in Arcadia. That's not a horrible run. And the thing is about the Independence, you can turn your transponder off. They really don't care. You go in, you use the pirate thing with your transponder off. Doesn't affect your reputation. I think maybe we go ahead and try to buy a few of these and make that run. How many can we afford? Enough to make a difference. I mean, we'd be spending 42,000, but we should be making about 42,000 as well. Are we on the black market or not? We are on the black market. We will kind of have to be careful getting out of here if we do that. That's a lot of money that we're spending on the black market. They'll notice is what it comes down to. But let's do that. Confirm that. Let's go to the open market. From the open market, let's buy some fuel. And let's buy some supplies. I think we'll go ahead and, yeah, we're going to max out what we can here. That'll do it. Only 5 more. We're going to confirm that. We're probably, yeah, very high. Not extreme, but very high. But then we want it to go to, was it Aztlan? No, we're at Aztlan. Where do we want to go? Nomios in Arcadia. We're going to head to Nomios in Arcadia and sell this stuff at a pretty significant profit. Arcadia isn't that far. Nomos is right here. Set the course and we're good to go. Let's do it. Hopefully we can get out of here before anybody like notices that, oh, hey, isn't that fleet that bought all that illegal stuff off the black market? There we go. We're out of there. Turned off our transponder so that when we get to the new place, I'm going to try to dodge that. There we go. When we get to our destination, that's what I meant by new place. We already are ready for that jump, so we'll say keep the transponder off for now. Hopefully there's nobody over there, and there's not, and hopefully we're not too far from that station or planet. Looks like we're in good shape. That's probably it. Don't know who that is. Might want to hang around and find out. But we're there. So now we came in with our transponder off. We gave them an excuse as to why. The real reason is we're going to go to the black market and make a lot of money here. We're going to sell all of those, made 54,000, which is how much we started with in cash, but we also bought other stuff. So there we go. Nice. That worked. We can sell these. We don't need them. Probably. They were both cheap. Yeah. Happy with that. Now it looks like, oh, fuel's not, yeah, we don't really have a problem here. We can, there we go. 12,000. That gives us a little bit of supply and fuel, and we can look at the open market. But you'll notice because we're with our transponder off, we could buy everything from the black market and nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care at all. And I'm not seeing any huge bonuses, and that's okay. That's okay. So we will, let's go check out the dockside bar. Oh, you know what? Actually, first, let's check out the fleet. Oh, our character, we leveled. Yay. We have a skill point there. Couple of routes to go here. I don't mind going to the next industry one. It increases your salvage by 50%, and that's really good. There's a few others you can do as well. This improves your repair rate of stuff, so you're spending less overall because it takes less time. This is a good one to have too, though. It allows you to move through terrain penalties like the clouds and that at a much, you don't have as much of a penalty for doing that. Also, it adds 1 to your overall burn level, and that is a pretty helpful thing to have too. And then finally, that last thing, the ability, transverse jump, that can be extremely helpful. If you are in a system and you need to just get out, you can hit that and it will jump you out of the system where you are, as opposed to having to get to a gate to jump out. It does take a few minutes, seconds, and people can intercept you while it's waiting to fire, but there are times when it might be your only option to escape a really significant fleet that's coming down on you. And so that's a good thing to have. We're going to go ahead and go with that for now. You can reset your traits in the future if you choose. You can kind of reorg them. I'm not going to do that just now. We're going to go with this one and confirm. But yeah, you can reassign skills. I think there is a cost to that. But if you just want to do it once or twice, it's not too bad. And honestly, we have to have 4 lower ones plus the 5th to buy this, plus 6. We will get to level 6 pretty quickly, actually. It's not a huge drag to get there. The other thing we wanted to look at was our fleet. We do have this ship that we didn't outfit. Where did we pick this one up? Oh, yeah, we did. This was from the pirates, wasn't it? So let's make this, well, let's make it a Hellbore. Not enough suitable weapons, new loadout, likely ineffective, autofit uses weapons from your cargo, can buy from parts when docked, acquire more weapons to create a better loadout. Yes, that is all true. So we'll go with this one. There's not enough to do this one either, though. So let's go ahead and go with Hellbore. It's telling us some of the stuff isn't going to be there. It got a mortar. Probably is telling us is that it's not worth that mortar. That's the only piece that goes on there. Okay, so that's why it's telling us, because there really isn't a lot it can do with what we have. Nonetheless, that mortar is decent. It brings down armor pretty quickly. We'll go with that. It is another frigate. Frigate, foreign cities. Let's go with what sounds good. Ottawa. We'll go with Ottawa. My Canadian friends there. We'll go with that one. And then back to fleet. Anything to buy? On the open market, that's a salvage rig. I tend to avoid those. They cost a lot of fuel and supply. They're slow. It doesn't actually look like it's that much. There's something about it's a multiplier for your cost or something, though. And so I kind of avoid those. I haven't found I haven't seen a noticeable difference when I salvage with them. It's not to say it isn't there. I just haven't noticed it. All of these have a lot of demods. We're probably going to avoid those. Black market. There's a carrier. Heavy frigate. Can't really afford these, though. So we're going to skip all that. Come back out here. Let's go down to the dockside bar. Flashy dress woman for a drink. I know a location of a proximity charge launcher blueprint. I'm not interested in going after the blueprints just yet. We are nowhere near that point of the game, so we're going to say no to that. And then we're going to talk to the man who ordered the cadet to apprehend us. There is somebody in Lost Astropolis that they want us to pull out. We just have to hire 30 more Marines. I think we currently have 10, and we could maybe run that mission. That isn't so bad. We don't mind damaging our reputation with the pirates because it's always going to be crap anyway. I'm actually kind of inclined to try this one to demonstrate it, but I think we're going to have to do it in the next video. I think that makes the most sense. So I think we're going to call this one right here where it's at. We'll hang out here at this location. I'm going to leave the bar and I'm going to save the game when I jump out of here, and we'll pick up at this spot in the next one. I want to thank you for your time. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing that, but there is absolutely no obligation. And until next time, fair travels.